Constable, need to come to the door.
From one Houston home to the next.
Hello, Constable.
Deputy Benny Gant with the Harris County Constable's Office executes judge's orders to evict.
Hello, Constable.
We ain't got nowhere to go.
Israel Rodriguez is a tenant at this apartment, but he's not alone. 20-month-old Israel, his brother, 4-year-old Fabian, and their mother are some of the estimated 40 million Americans facing eviction in the downward spiral of the COVID economy.
They didn't rush us, but they was like, get everything you need.
Rodriguez admits he hasn't been paying rent, behind thousands of dollars.
It's my fault in the eviction. It was a lot going on during the corner. When it hit, I lost my job. So it took me like a month to get another job. This is my check, but I ain't making it with $300. It's literally $300.
Their stroller now carries their possessions.
It's mainly the kids' clothes because me and her wear the same clothes almost every day. Make sure we got, toilet paper, a little bit of snacks for the kids.
What are you gonna do with all of your stuff?
That's trash. They can throw it in the trash because we don't have a car, we don't have help, we don't have nobody that can come, help us out right now. Nobody. We got ourselves, me and the kids and her. That's it.
How does you as law enforcement feel about seeing that family have to go?
Oh, it's a tough situation. I've got 6 kids, 6 children, and can't see mom and dad. Which makes it children stuff.
Deputy Gant, an officer for 35 years, is just starting his day. 8 evictions are on his list.
All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kodash. Double honors being to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations into the hopeful elect. It's the Akia Mahaloya coming back with another quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. About the mass evictions due to COVID and how people are being displaced and disbanded from their homes from not paying rent, or whether it's from losing a job or not being able to afford the rents or being laid off or whatever it may entail. But basically, these are the signs of the times that we're coming into, because they stated that you have over 40 million people that's facing evictions. All right, and I believe this is in Houston. But you got a lot of people that's behind in rent, due to this pandemic, because Esau Edom, what he's really doing is hiding or using COVID to disguise the economic collapse. That's all they're really doing, all right? And at the same time, he's killing 3 birds with 1 stone. He's allowing people, or he's trying to roll out that whole thing, that whole vaccination thing, and also getting tests for COVID and the RFID chip. So these are all part of Satan's devices. But the crazy part, if you pay attention to this video, is mainly Jake's that's getting evicted, okay? Because this is a plan that Esau Edom has been doing. He's been wanting to displace our people for the time being, okay? And this is another way that he can subtly go about doing it, by lying and saying, well, COVID is the reason, which in fact COVID is hiding economic collapse. But they ain't gonna come out and tell you, well, look, the economy is collapsing. We've printed too much money. We need to come up with a better long-term solution. They're not gonna tell you that. Instead, they're gonna disguise it under this fake-ass virus, man. Which indeed people will catch once they get inoculated. So anyway, I got some precepts lined up. But if you pay attention to what this devil was gonna say, basically the lady was like, "How do you feel about kicking these people out?" He immediately went into lying. Well, I feel bad. I feel bad. I have 6 kids. Like, this dude don't give a shit. All right, you damn devils don't give a damn about our people. You don't care about our people. All right, because at the end of the day, if it's not happening to you, you don't care about it. Like, now you gonna act like you got Edomites that's down for the cause. Only reason why you got Edomites marching with Jake, that's protesting with Jake, outside of the ones that's not getting paid off, is because basically they getting treated like a bunch of damn second citizens now. They're getting treated like the new so-called black people in America and the Hispanics. They're knowing what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck, or getting your lights shut off, or having your gas turned off in the wintertime, taking cold showers, depending on welfare, food stamps. They're facing these financial challenges now, so therefore now they want to act like they for the cause, man. But like I said, when they were living high off the Brady Bunch hog, hey, these damn devils, they didn't give a damn about Jake, man. They wouldn't spit on Jake if the nigga was on fire, man. So don't give me this shit. But anyway, I'm gonna play a few minutes of the video, or the rest of the video, and I got a couple of precepts I want to go into to show you how much of a damn demon Esau really is. Okay.
rent are ordered to leave. Possessions pulled out.
Where are you guys gonna go now? You're gonna go to a hotel.
As Deputy Gant works through his list, we get word that 200 eviction orders have come through the Harris County courts for this week. That's
200 eviction orders, okay? Now, we do understand that, Jake, you know, they bring the property value down, and I mean, you just got some people that you don't care to live next to. I mean, I've dealt with that for a little bit, you know, not so bad now. You know, the dude is gone, but still, you know, it just, some people, it's understandable why they need to get their ass up out of there. They're negligent, and it's not like they're not even trying to pay the rent, or they're not even trying to work.
what they normally saw.
You know, instead you got Jake that's into robbing and stealing and drug dealing. Like, you don't want to live around people like that. I'll be glad to see people like that go. But as a whole, Esau Edom, this is a whole plethora of a scheme that he's conjuring up to basically disband our people, you know, and to pretty much put them out in the wilderness until they die off, man. Because at the end of the day, being evicted, man, that shit follows you for a long time. You might not even be able to get another apartment because there ain't too many landlords that's willing to take a chance on you if you are evicted, man. You know, quiet is kept. You know, and if you go to those second chance landlords, a lot of times you around a lot of people that's pretty much unemployed or on what do you call it, welfare and stuff like that. You may run into a lot of drug dealers and stuff like that, or a lot of meth heads. Those are second chance renting. You don't want to live around that, man. You know, so if you can do something to avoid that, then by all means, you know. But anyway.
For COVID, 200 on Monday. What does that?
Well, that's a lot, yeah.
What does that say to you?
Well, what that means is that they're ready to start having people removed from properties.
It is a backlog, but it's also just one precinct in one of America's hardest hit cities in evictions. The job takes its toll.
I don't really want to put her out here, but I have to under this judge's order.
At this apartment, the tenant is an elderly woman who can no longer afford the rent. The landlord's mover, Francisco Munoz, works, though he doesn't want to.
See, this is an Issacharite, what appears to be an Issacharite, and he was weeping for the Jake woman. Esau gonna say, what'd he say? I don't want to put her out, but I have to. Like, Esau, you more than happy to put that woman out. Stop acting like you give a damn, all right? You don't care about our people. You never did, and you never will, okay? Esau Edom, you don't care about our people, and it's blatantly obvious. And we ain't asking you to. But it's just our people. They're so stupid. They really think that you got some type of sympathy bone in your body for Jake. Like, once these people realize that you're the devil and that you mean them no good, then Jake, you know, they'll get back into where they need to be. But in the meantime, they're going to keep putting their trust and faith in you and keep getting slaughtered out here. Because I noticed with Jake, I'm sorry letter from Esau Edom, Jake forget the whole damn history of Esau. He forget the Trail of Tears. He forget the Black Wall Street, which is the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombings. He forget the syphilis experiment with the Tuskegee Airmen, or what they call the Panama Deception. He forgets about those particular atrocities that happened to our people on a huge scale, you know. Only thing Esau got to do is say, I'm sorry. And Jake seems to forgive, you know. But let it be another Jake. Jake will hold that shit to his grave, man. You know. Jake won't throw ice water on another Negro baby that's on fire. He wouldn't do it. But if it's Esau, Jake will willingly ignite himself and become the blanket to save these damn devils. That's why 2/3 of you got to be put to death, man. Straight up. And that's why, on another hand, I don't feel sorry for you either. I'm just going on a whole as how he's doing the nation of Israel. Okay, I can give two shits about you niggas and your fucking financial problems, man. We just talking about in general how this devil looks at you, okay? Give a damn about your problems you're going through. But at the same time, I definitely don't give a damn about Esau Edom, you know, just to compare the two. But at the end of the day, Esau's still going to pay for afflicting our people, you know, as wicked as they are.
Midway through the eviction, Deputy Gant decides it's too dangerous to evict her in the Houston summer heat.
I'm not going to put her out here in this heat.
And will call social services instead. A one-day report.
You already just told her. He said you can stay today, but tomorrow you leaving. And he said that with I mean, he was very pompous when he said that. All right. He's some very condemning and commanding, demeaning. Okay. What they say, what's another word for what they say? Don't be condescending and very demanding and very pompous with her. He said, you can stay today, but you getting out tomorrow. That's how they look at our people, man. You know, you don't feel no sympathy for you people. All right, and you ain't supposed to feel sympathy for Esau, Edom. At the end of the day, you see these crack bums on the corner asking for quarters for meth pipes, man. Hey, drive past them, man. Even though the scriptures say you ain't supposed to vex a stranger, but hey, the scriptures say know who thou does good unto. You know, I ain't giving the Edomite a damn thing, man. You can forget about it. It ain't gonna happen, man. You know, but anyway.
Certain tomorrow.
You have a situation where people aren't working, they don't have money, and they're desperate.
All right, and that devil was proud as all hell. All right, so I got a couple of precepts here that I looked up regarding the poor, and my first precept I want to start with is the book of Job, 20th chapter, 19th verse. All right, so anyway, it starts here, Job 20 and 19. It says here, because he have oppressed. Matter of fact, let's start here. It says that he which labored for shall he restore and should not swallow it down. Okay, it's talking about this new world order. It's talking about the riches and the golds and the silver and our heritage that Esau has took upon himself. All this money and wealth that this man has taken from our people, we're getting ready to get it back. Okay, it's going to be a transfer of power, so to speak. Well, a wealth, so I speak, because we taking him down. It's not going to be no trend. We're going to take him down violently, you know. But it says, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, right? Because he's going to lose everything. You know, like brother got these memes of the elites in their suits and ties with barbells and chains around their necks. That's going to be the reality, because they're not going to be happy to go in slavery. Like, who's happy to go in captivity? And they're going to see we're going to get our wealth back. We're going to be shining. We're going to be what they call, Jake like to call balling out of control in the kingdom. And Esau's going to look at it and he's going to weep bitterly. Okay, but so what? Okay, look at our people now. Jake is suffering from all types of poison, rat-infested projects, and yet you don't give a damn. Okay, you got all these new developments and hotels that nobody is occupying, but you rather put people on the street before you even let them occupy these vacancies out here. Like, come on, man. That's a damn devil right there. If you got an extra space and nobody's trespassing on it or doing damage to it, then give it up, man. It ain't like you gonna make money off the shit anyway, and you got enough money, man. How much more money can you want? But like it says, should he have stolen till he have had enough? All right. It says, because he have oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away an house which he builded not. Okay. And low key, really that house goes into Israel, because the scriptures go into old house of Israel, have been removed from our heritage, our land. But overall, Jake built up America on our blood, sweat, and tears, and yet Jake can't even get even a crumb. But that's good, because you shouldn't want a crumb of this defiled, forsaken place. But nonetheless, we did build this place up for free labor. Okay, it says here, violently taking away a house which he built or not. Like that sheriff, this gets simple. That sheriff, he had no hand in building that community, but yet he's displacing our people, you know. And hey, if they didn't get out, then he can do it by force. And this is why in the time of eviction, they can send out the sheriff to come to your house and get you up out of there. Okay, so this is my other precept, Job, the 24th chapter, 4th verse. It says here, they turn the needy out of the way, and the poor of the earth hide themselves together. That's right, because you know, you got Jake that sometimes refuse to these shelters, or sometimes Jake go in the woods, or, you know, Jake live in these different backyards and alleys and stuff like that. Like if you even look at the homeless of Esau, man, they live on the bridges, etc. You know, they live in woods, they live in shelters, they live on the streets, you know, and it says, and the earth hide themselves together. But it says here, but behold, as wild asses in a desert, go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey, and wilderness yielded food for them and for their children, right? Because Jake still find a way to survive. You know, either way it goes, Jake is going to eat, whether he's scheming or stealing or whatever the hell it is he does. Jake is going to find a way to eat. You know, he's going to find a way to eat or do what he need to do, because the Lord gave us the spirit of survival, because we're used to it. And it says here, they reap every one of his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. Right, we're working for free labor. You know, we built this place up for free. We're working these low-end jobs for no money at all. And it says here, and they cause the naked to lodge without clothing, and they have no covering to it says they cause the naked to lodge without clothing. They have no covering in the cold. That's right, going into your homeless situation. Like, I've seen countless of Jakes, like out there in Chicago. You got something which is called the, what is it, I believe, the Columbus Street. It's a bridge right off of Lakeshore Drive, the Randolph Street Bridge. I mean, I've seen so many homeless people under that bridge, it ain't even funny. It's like a small community of homeless Jakes down there. And you got some Edomites, you know, you got some Polish people down there, some Germans, you know, but mainly it'd be a lot of Jakes that's living under these bridges. And it says, and they are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for one of shelter. Right, homeless people. You know, Jakes sleeping out in the cold and park benches, all because of these freaking devils, man. That's why Esau gonna pay for what he's done to our people. And it says, and they pluck the fatherless from the breast, and they take a pledge from the poor. Okay, and they cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheep from the hungry. That's right, man. You know, so a lot of Jakes are getting ready to be homeless this winter, based on this whole COVID-19 pandemic nonsense. And like I said, you know, it's not so much is taken up for Jake, but we're just calling a spade a spade. It's the truth. Esau have done this out of unrighteousness, man. You know, even though Jake is wicked as all hell, but still, you know, people need a place to live, and you have more than enough apartments and abandoned apartment buildings that Jake can inhabit. Like, you go to these derelict houses, Jake live in abandoned apartment buildings, man. You got some brothers that got freaking testimonies of sleeping in trains, sleeping in their vehicles. I've had to sleep in a car before, man, in the cold in the winter time. You know, brothers know what it's like to sleep in abandoned buildings, sleep on a front porch. You got kicked out. You know, Jake go to shelters. I know the apostles gave their testimony of them sleeping on the trains, you know, because they were homeless, you know. And hey, a lot of people getting ready to be homeless. And Esau, you're getting ready to be homeless too. But that's when these devils, they're going to lose their damn minds, man. Because Esau, he don't know how to go without. Because he's so used to taking and receiving and getting, to the point he don't understand the struggle, you know. Nor is he trying to understand the struggle. All right. And it says here, Psalms 10:2, it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, but let them be taken in devices which they have imagined. So you Edomites are going to be taken in COVID-19. You're going to be taken by these vaccinations. All the fiery darts that you've thrown at Jake, they're going to be recompensed upon your own head. Okay. And it says here, going down to, let's start at verse 8. It says here, he sit in the lurking places of the villages, which is your communities, and in a secret place doth he murder the innocent, and his eyes are privately set against the poor. So, hey, they're quick to get Jake like my across the hall neighbor. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be mad if he got evicted, because the dude ain't nothing but a basket case anyway. You know, he don't bother me or nothing like that, but basically he's trouble, man. And eventually it's going to be somebody taking his ass out, because I think he suffered from some type of schizophrenia or something like that. I don't know. You know, I mean, we cordial, but really I don't want to have nothing to do with the dude, because he's not all the way there. And hey, you know, he gonna have to get taken out one way or another. But you know, my thing was, he was paying on his rent. He was telling me the story. He said, yeah, I'm paying on the rent. He like, yeah, man, I'm paying on the rent, and that bitch still tried to see me to court. He like, she was trying to evict me, cuz, you know. And he said he went to the courts and pleaded his case because he was paying him like $200 a month. And shit, man. Hey, they had to rescind on it. They said, no, we can't evict this guy. He's giving you something, you know. All because some Edomite, drunk, slumlord, meth head bitch want to afflict Jake, man. And that's the spirit, because the fucking Jews that own that apartment complex, they had to sell it 2 days ago to some more people. And we don't know if these people are slumlords or not. You know, I mean, from what they're talking, they seem like they're pretty upkept, because these are some nice apartments. You just need the right people to come in and manage it properly, conveniently, so to speak, and do what they need to do. And do what they need to do. But overall, you know, they lost that property, man. So call all you hell by Shemi Hawashai, man. They getting them up out of there. They all finna be out of jobs sooner or later. All right, show that them curses are being turned upon Esau's head. And it says, and he lied and wait secretly as a lion in his den, and he lied and wait to catch the poor. And he doth catch the poor, and when he draw them into his net is a snare and a trap. He set you up in certain programs or certain situations for failure. You know, like a lot of these Jake women, they're on what you call Section 8. But what happens is, you can't have a man in the house, and you got to have X amount of kids to get that voucher every month. And the landlord, they give pretty much a credit off that. They get free money off that. You see, but the downfall is the woman can't have the man in that, and eventually it becomes a rat infested hellhole. You know, men in and out of the apartment, the babies ain't tended to, the apartment is run down. That's what happens. That's a net. And it says, and he crouched and he humbled himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So they act like they're for you. Like the cop said, oh, I don't want to see them evicted. I wish not to do it. But at the same time, he said, look, you can stay today, but you got to get the hell out tomorrow. And he said that with extreme prejudice, you know. So, hey, man, you devils, you got a lot to pay for, you know. And it says here, and he have said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten, and he hided his face, and he will never see it. But arise, O Lord, O power, lift up thy hand, and forget not the humble. Wherefore doth the wicked contemn the Most High, and he have said in his heart, thou wilt not require it, but thou hast seen it, for thou hast mischief and spite to require it at thy hand. And the poor committed himself unto thee, and thou art a helper of the fatherless. So at the end of the day, the Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to vindicate us, man. Okay, he's going to get us out of this situation. He's going to get us from beneath your hands. It's just a matter of waiting and having faith and patience for the sad day. And you at the end of your day, man. Esau, you're at the end of your rope, bro. It's a done deal. You know, your society is crumbling as you speak. Like homelessness, it ain't just Jake being complacent. It's a lot of Edomites too. Like it's a little suburb out here, a little meth town called Independence, Missouri. And it ain't nothing but freaking homeless Edomites out here. I seen an Edomite washing his clothes out the trunk of his car, man. That's how bad it was. And I couldn't do nothing but praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay? So this is the book of Psalms 12:5. It says, for the oppression of the poor, for the sign of the needy, now would I rise, and said the Lord. And I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. Okay? And these are words of surety. And the ones that puffet at us are you elites. Okay? Through your legislation, through your cops, through your military, through your certain taskmasters that you didn't hold over Jake. Because in your mindset, you're like, man, we ain't never going down. What the hell these Jakes talking about? We gonna stand power forever, because you can't believe that the Lord is gonna raise up Jake to be a power again in the earth. Because, hey, you've seen us at our lowest point. But that's the whole beauty of it. You've seen us at our lowest point, but then you're gonna witness us at our most extravagant point. You know? So this is Isaiah 32:7. It says here, the instruments of the also of the true are evil, and he devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right. You know, going into usury. You know, you pay X amount of dollars for an apartment, and then, hey, what happens if you can't pay the rent? Then what they're doing, they're going up on the rent, and then they send you to eviction court. And then I heard that you got to pay for the lawyer too. So how the hell can you pay for somebody's lawyer when you can't even pay to get out of the eviction? You see, that's evil, man. That's wicked. That's oppressive. That's freaking madness, man. Okay, so this is Sirach 4:1. It says, my son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. All right, and that's all you did to Jake, was defraud us of our living, is to take from us, taxing us. You make X amount of dollars. If I make 60 grand a year, he's going to put me in a higher tax bracket, which I'm only bringing home half that. Okay, he's going to hold it, and he's going to make sure Jake don't get ahead in this society, man. And it says, and make not a hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress, and add not more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give him that is in need, and reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away the face from the poor men, and turn not away thy eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer should be heard of him that made him. Okay, so you devils got a lot to pay for, man. A lot to pay for. You have a lot of blood on your hand, and the Most High is going to require it at thy hand. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And with that, Shalom and the Baba Ball.